Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Movie Pod. My name's Isaac, and we are joined by our co-host Joseph. His little
Hi.
screen isn't on here for some reason. My bad. You can only see my face. Joseph's here, our co-host.
As always.
You always here, mate. You always here.
I'm always here. Most of the time. I'll give it like a 95% of the time.
Yeah. Today, what are we talking about? We're talking about The Mandalorian, Season 3, Episode 7, the second last episode of the season. We've got one episode
Yes.
to go. Whoa. That episode. My biggest ever watch party I've ever done. I had 60 live viewers in it. I know 60 is not a lot, but I usually have one live guy in there, Starvell. If you're watching, shout out to you, Starvell. You're always in all my watch parties commenting. But this one, 60 live viewers. That's a record for me on YouTube at
It
least.
is.
On Twitch, I've had like 500 at one point. Good old Twitch days. Oh my god. I used to be a Twitch streamer. Oh, dude, the good old Twitch days. But yeah, today we'll be giving our review on The Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 7, The Spies.
Yes.
And it was written by Dave Filoni, directed by Rick I can never say his last name. That's why I always call him good old Rick.
Good old
yeah,
Rick.
It was directed by Rick. He's an executive producer on the show, and this episode was a wow. So it starts with, I think, is the underground of Coruscant. I might be like the underworld of Coruscant. I may be wrong.
Yeah.
But it's like LED,
No, I think you're right.
LED land, and it's Don't Trust Me Bro. It's her. It's the Don't Trust Me Bro chick. The one who set up Dr. Pershing in episode 3.
Yep.
And we
What a dog.
finally get him. Moff Gideon. We finally get Moff Gideon. He's on a hologram speaking to her, and obviously she's one of the spies in the New Republic for Moff Gideon, for the Empire that's left of the Empire. And
Yep.
then we go over back to Moff Gideon. He's in some kind of Imperial base. We don't know where until later into the episode at the end. And he's speaking to a lot of these holograms of people, still wanting to rebuild the Empire. What's left of the Empire? Some of the Imperials that are left. And one of them is General Hux. You know General Hux? From
Yes.
his dad is one of them. There's also
Ah.
one of them is from the OT.
I heard Hux, and I'm like,
Yeah, it's his dad.
yeah, I thought it was from the OT, and I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
I was genuinely confused.
General
Oh.
Hux, the spy, comes out as a spy, and Rise of Skywalker.
Yep.
Oh yeah, guys, I tried watching Rise of Skywalker last night. I got about 30 minutes in, and I turned it off.
Yes, I was getting some pretty funny messages from.
Yeah, I tried, guys. You gotta respect me for trying to give it another chance, but I couldn't do it. 30 minutes in, the start is sick though. I love the start of the Rise of Skywalker, but that's a conversation for another time. But yeah, we see some Moffs. We see Moff Gideon talking to some of the Imperial people. Pretty cool, and they name drop Thrawn quite a few times.
It was like 4 or 5 times, wasn't it?
Yes. Now, at this point in the timeline, I believe that Thrawn is out of the unknown regions. He's been rescued. He's gotten out. Whatever. So, I believe he's in the world right now. He's in the universe. He's in the galaxy as we know it. Not in the unknown regions. I believe he's out of there. Because Moff Gideon's like, when is Thrawn going to come to one of these meetings? So I think the Ahsoka show is going to be all over the place, bro. It's going to be jumping forward, jumping back to prequel era, jumping back to when Thrawn gets out, and then that show's going to be everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah, this episode was solid. We started with that. It was a very cool start. And then we go to good old Grief Karga on Navarro. What is it called? Navarro. And all the Mandalorians are coming down. And they...
It was a very cool scene.
Very cool. Very cool. And we, Mando goes back to meet with him, with Grogu. And IG-11 has been fixed. This time they renamed him as IG-12, voiced by Taika Waititi still. And, we see little Barbel Frick, or one of Barbel Frick's species, in the little thing, driving it. And,
Yep.
that spot is for Grogu. Yep, Josh from the Den of Nerds was right. Grogu was going to drive, ride, whatever, control IG-11, now IG-12, which was cool. Grogu is IG-12. It was cool. It's a bit funny, but it was cool. It's very. This season, dude, like
It's been like it's had its I think the best way to put it is it has its highs, but its highs don't complement its lows. Like,
Just one episode left.
yeah, we've had so many good. We've had yes, we've had a lot of good things, but it's just not enough to make up for all the poor for the lackluster episodes we have.
There's gonna be a big set Star Wars drought after this year. On May 4, we get Visions and Young Jedi Adventures, but next live action show is Ahsoka in August. 4-month wait.
Yep.
But no, this episode this episode was good. I did enjoy it for the most part. It was written by Dave Filoni.
For the most part.
It was written by Dave Filoni. It felt Star Wars. It felt very Star Warsy. And this episode, I think, is the start of saying goodbye to Jon Favreau from Star Wars.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll tell you why in a sec. But this episode was written by Dave. It was good. Directed by good old Rick. It was good from them. But anyway, the Mandos get on their ships from Navarro, and off they go to Mandalore. And they want to retake Mandalore. I feel like they need to get over Mandalore. There's nothing there anymore, or as we thought, there was nothing there anymore. It says ruins. I mean, yeah, I guess it's their home planet. But they go back there. All the Mandos. Very cool scene of when all the Mandos agree to go there. One says I'm in, and then next one says I'm in, and Paz says I'm in, and then the armorer says I'm in. Paz. The armorer says I'm in. Anyway, off they go to Mandalore. They arrive in Mandalore, and they're scoping the place out. They land in Mandalore, and then some night owls. They come across some night owls, so some leftover Mandalorians on Mandalore. Very cool. Did not expect that.
Yep.
Some night owls they come across, and they stay together. On a little ship. A little fight happens. This was funny. A little fight happens between Paz and one of the night owls. They're playing Star Wars chess. They're playing Star Wars chess, and they have a little kitty fight over it. Very childish, but they have a little fight over it, and they're fighting each other. And then Grogu steps in with his IG-12 machine and says stop. He says stop.
He says no a lot.
He says no. He says no. He's like, no. It's funny. But yeah. That happens. The middle of it was a 50-minute long episode. Thank God. I wish it was longer. It needed to be longer, to be honest. The start was cool and the ending was very cool. Middle was, it was setting everything up. It was good. The writing was good in this episode because the writing this season has been quite weird, very childish, iffy, yeah. And so you can tell when Dave comes on. Dave is, he's proving himself every time. Anyway, they get to a part of Mandalore. Now they're discovering, and they get ambushed by these. I don't know if they are Mandalorians or if they're robot machines built by Moff Gideon. I don't know if there's
I
a
think
human inside them.
Yeah, it's a suit like his.
Do you think there's humans inside them?
By the way that they were fighting them, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
like you think the hand-to-hand combat that Paz was hitting them with, I don't think would be able to take down. But
yeah. Well, they're obviously the people that saved Moff Gideon at the end of episode 5 when we see the ship, because there's Beskar in there, and they are pure Beskar, their armor. So they're obviously people that saved them. Anyway, they defeat the first ambush, and they run away. We see Grogu running in the IG-12. It was a very cute scene. And then they walk out to this massive Imperial base, and Moff Gideon and all that are on. They have a base on Mandalore. Who would have thought? I wouldn't have. Literally, Starvel, about 5 minutes before that scene happened, he's like, imagine if Moff Gideon has an Imperial base on Mandalore. Imagine. And then 5 minutes later,
of course, Starvel gets it.
He gets it. But that was cool. Very unexpected, and I think he did it on purpose to draw them there. But who would have thought on Mandalore? We do know Moff Gideon really wants Beskar, so I guess it is a good place for him. But
as he said, they've all got resources, so he's probably mining there.
Yes, yeah, and they get another ambush, and then the doors close in between Din and a few other Mandalorians. and Bo-Katan's on the other side, Din's on the other side, fighting another big ambush. There's like Din and then 3 other Mandos. The 3 other Mandos die. Din is taking on these the people that are ambushing him in the pure Beskar armor. And dude, I thought they were about to end him. I thought they were about to end Din Djarin.
Yeah, I thought
even
I was
said
waiting
it.
for Moff to just be like, get his headgear off,
Yeah,
and then
but
they just kill him.
Moff Gideon shows up in his armor. He's sick as Mandalorian armor. Pure Beskar. He's also got the horns on his helmet, like the
The armorer.
armorer, which really, is again another big thing to Maul.
Yes.
Obviously, when Maul ruled Mandalore, his Mandalorians had horns on their thing. And technically, Palpatine is the last proper ruler of the Darksaber. And before him, Maul. Because he defeated
beats Maul.
and didn't take it. So everyone and then you could argue Obi-Wan, because Obi-Wan also defeats Maul, kills Maul.
Yeah.
But technically the Emperor should have the Darksaber because he defeated Maul but didn't take the Darksaber. So technically the Emperor is the rightful owner of the Darksaber right now. But yeah, Moff Gideon shows up, and I thought they were about to kill Din. I'm like, oh my god, it's happening.
So does that mean that because Vader oh no. So does that mean that so that means that Rey is the last ruler of Mandalore, chronologically speaking, because she beats the Emperor.
Fuck off, mate. Anakin Skywalker fucking defeated the Emperor.
But he's not dead.
Oh, shut the... Rey is the rightful owner of the Darksaber, guys. I mean, not right now in the story.
No. I mean, chronologically,
right now
by the end.
By the end, yeah.
By the furthest point that we have of Star Wars.
That's true. That's gonna piss a lot of people off. So I wouldn't go around saying that, Joseph. But it's true. It's true.
I'm gonna go and say it everywhere.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna get Twitter just to say that.
No, mate. I'll do it. Oh, do it. You're cool with the freaking...
Do it.
Do it. You're a cause of interruption, bro. Yeah, I thought it was happening. I thought the leaks were true. If you guys didn't know, there's been leaks, there's been rumors, there's been heavy beef between Pedro Pascal and Jon Favreau.
We don't actually know what about.
Yeah, I don't know. But apparently a big beef between them, and Din Djarin was going to get killed off in this season. There's 1 episode left, dude. If they do it, there's no way.
I have more faith
when you
in Jon and Pedro.
If they kill Din, they have the only dude, I don't know. The only way I feel they could kill Din is him sacrificing himself for Grogu, right?
Yeah. That's exactly what I said to you.
That's what you said. Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of.
It's the only way that I'll accept them killing Din, is if he sacrifices himself. Even then, I feel as if Jon and Pedro have enough,
some things kind of just fell off my desk, but she'll be right.
I feel like they have enough tenacity, and they're not. I feel like they have enough. What's the word? They're not selfish enough to jeopardize the TV show with their own quarrels, if that makes sense. I feel like they're mature enough to
Surely, right? I don't know, man.
You'd think so.
It's just like Vin Diesel and Dwayne Johnson in Fast and Furious 6.
Yeah, but John's a much higher executive. Like he's got much more of a pull, so I think he's got to be much more of a mature type of person than.
I don't know. I'm just saying, like in Fast and Furious 6 or 7, at the end or something, 6 it must be. Vin is standing away from Dwayne at the end of the movie because they couldn't be next to each other. They couldn't do it.
Oh my god. See, they're not that petty. I feel like Jon and Pedro are not this petty.
Surely not, right?
Surely not.
But anyway, Din, he gets taken away. He doesn't die. They don't kill him yet. Moff Gideon tells him to take him to the like what's it called? What room does he tell them to go to? The
Starts with a D.
interrogation room or something.
Something along those lines.
Yeah, and so they take him there, and then Bo-Katan speaks to Moff, and he's like, Bo-Katan, we need to stop meeting like this because there was meeting in middle of a battle, and then basically he says, give me the dark saber, give it to me, give it to the rightful person, and anyway, Moff, Bo obviously doesn't do it, and she looks at Paz, and they start firing at the door. And she runs back and cuts a hole at the back of the door. I don't know why she didn't do this when Din and 3 or 4 of the other Mandos were getting ambushed. I don't know why she didn't get her darksaber out and break a hole in the door then to save them. No idea why. But
Yep.
anyway, she runs back, puts a hole in the back door so they can all escape. And Moff Gideon then says, "Open the doors so he can kill them all." And anyway, they're fighting. Once Bo gets a hole in the door, they all run back, and Bo says to Paz, "Come on, Paz, come on, let's go." And Paz is like, "There's too many of them." Shuts the door and says, "This is the way." And he fights them. He destroys the first lot, and then freaking some Praetorian guards come in. The Emperor's Praetorian guards come in
Had to take him down.
and killed Paz Vizsla. And it ends.
And which is funny because you said that he's starting to grow on you.
He did, bro. Paz Vizsla was starting to grow on me, bro. I started liking Paz. And, bro, Paz's kid. Who's gonna tell him? poor Paz's kid, bro. He's fatherless. Oh, no. Who's gonna tell him? And what's Grogu gonna do? Bro.
Yeah, he's now might be potentially fatherless.
Bro,
Oh my god, they're gonna do it together. Paz Vizsla's son and Grogu are gonna rule Mandalore together because
Yeah.
Bo's gonna die because she's like 78 now.
Yeah, mate.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm.
mate.
She's not that old.
She's mid 50s or 60s. You're looking good for her age, I must say. I must say that, mate. I must say she's looking good for her age. But yeah, it ends. Okay, so this is what I mean when I'm saying, this could be, first, little hint that Petty Pascal is, not Petty Pascal, John Favreau is going away, leaving Star Wars. So there's many things to back
Before
it
you
up.
say anything, quickly, if John Favreau leaves and there's no reason to kill Pedro either,
True.
I'll just throw that there.
I was thinking that,
But go
if
on.
he leaves, then what's the point? Okay. Paz Vizsla's voiced by John Favreau.
I thought he wasn't.
He's
I
not
thought
played.
we figured out that he wasn't.
No, he's
not played, he's voiced.
He's voiced by him. Yeah,
Okay.
John Favreau. You can hear it.
Yeah.
They killed his
You
character.
definitely can.
So he's already wrote season 4 of Mando. He's wrote it. So what if he just hands the script over to Dave? Dave can't do it all, dude. What if they give it to someone else? What if they... Probably Rick. Oh, yeah, probably Rick will probably take on the show as a whole then. Which I'm okay with. But season 4 is gonna... Okay, Mandalorian was planned to have 8 seasons, but after all this, bro, I reckon season 4 is gonna be the last one. They're gonna cut it very short, and then Dave will do the rest, and it's all gonna lead into Dave's movie. And another thing to back it up is John Favreau has nothing to do with Dave's movie. You would think he would, right? Dave and John are partners in it all. They're partner in crime. But John Favreau has nothing to do with Dave's movie.
To be honest, by what it sounds like, I think Dave is really getting his own kind of... I don't think Dave is going to be working on a bunch of new projects. Maybe Marvel projects. Maybe Dave's going to come back to Marvel.
Dave?
Oh, sorry, John. Maybe John's going to come back to Marvel.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing. He might be replacing the person that just got fired at Marvel.
Who just got fired at Marvel?
A high-up executive got fired at Marvel.
Okay.
And
yeah, well...
He might be replacing her.
It makes sense.
It's just
Instead of...
We need him.
It is.
So what? Kathleen and Dave just... I mean, we still got Rick. I reckon Rick will take on season 4 of Mando. Dave's gonna do his Ahsoka stuff. Dave's definitely gonna have to cut back on a lot of these shows because leading up to his movie, it better happen. Well, Kathleen Kennedy said Dave Filoni has 6 to 7 more years of storytelling in these shows. So we're safe to say that we have 6 to 7 more years of Dave Filoni giving us stories like this spin-off of The Mandalorian. We're safe to say that. And his movie will be 2029, most likely. But who knows? Who knows with Lucasfilm? Who knows if the movies will happen? Who knows?
Yeah, 2029 is a long way away.
It is.
They could cancel it 3 years from now.
I just feel like that's stupid. Okay, so going through them, I've said this once, but to 2025 Ray movie, that's 100% happening. Because it'll be it will either be great or be shit. If it seems like they're rushing it, the script isn't even ready yet. But Kathleen Kennedy's job depends on it. 2027 one. James Mangold. Me and Joseph were talking about this before we recorded, but James Mangold is the director of Indy 5, Indiana Jones 5, The Dial of Destiny. If that movie does shit at the box office, which it's going to, because Indiana Jones, I love the franchise, but it's a dead franchise. If that movie does bad at the box office, knowing Disney, they're probably going to look at James Mangold and say, okay, yeah, no, we're not going to let you do a Star Wars film. You do this crap Indiana Jones, no Star Wars for you. Knowing Disney, that's what's going to happen. And Indiana Jones, so I don't even know if Dawn of the Jedi film will happen. It's the sickest concept out of the 3 films, including Dave's. You know, it's brand new. And it's first ever Jedi. Like, how cool. I don't think it will happen. I reckon he'll get cancelled. James Mangold, I love him, dude. Amazing. He made, like, one of the best comic book movies ever. Logan. And so, you know, I hope it happens. But 2025 one's definitely happening. 2027 one is 60-40 chance of happening, or 40% chance of happening. And then Dave. I mean, Dave surely has to happen, right? He works for Lucasfilm. That's every day when he wakes up. He's employed by Lucasfilm. See, like, the person who is James Mangold, he is like a free agent kind. You know, he gets hired by these studios to do one movie. Same with the person doing 2025.
Movie contract, not multiple.
They get a contract to do a movie. Dave Filoni's job is Lucasfilm executive. You know?
Yeah.
So I feel like his should happen because it's inside the studio he works for, if that makes sense. But yeah, we got one episode of Mando left, dude. We'll have our predictions out. We'll probably release them earlier than the Tuesday because it's probably have a lot to talk about for episode 8. It has to be a long episode. But who knows? Honestly, one episode left and this season's been that episode was great. I give it a
It was.
I give it a 9
It was.
out of 10. It was great.
Yeah, I would give it I think I can agree a 9 out of 10 is pretty good. Pretty good answer.
And, you know, it just shows, you know, Dave really should be controlling it all. But guys, let us know what you thought of that episode of The Mandalorian. One episode left, and I mean, we finally got Moff Gideon in that episode, so obviously the next one's going to heavily involve him. Thrawn.
Probably still about.
You said.
Probably, I'd still say about 5 minutes. 5 episodes. Maybe 4 episodes too late for Moff.
I would say 4 episodes too late. Yeah. You said
we did not need the previous episode.
You think we did. You said you think there could be a Grand Admiral Thrawn post-credit scene in episode 8.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so, dude. Because at Celebration they had him
for their sake.
At Celebration they had him in the second trailer. The people in the audience saw, so we already know who's playing him. We already know what he looks like. They might do it.
I think whatever unreleased things we got from, whatever things hasn't been released to the public.
Yeah.
Whether it be in a Ahsoka trailer or just something about Ahsoka, I'm gonna guess a Grand Admiral Thrawn.
I don't know.
Tease.
It could be.
I think we get something definitely post-credit scene because, mostly this season so far hasn't set up anything for us to go off.
Except that episode. Yeah.
So I really think that unless they give us something, unless the finale is like an hour and a half, and we just get back to back to back like bangers, because there's about 6 different story arcs in this season alone.
Dude, what the frick is Boba Fett?
Well, so there's the retaking of Mandalore, Moff Gideon, the Pershing stuff, Mando's storyline, Mando's little quest.
This season is really not Grogu and Mando anymore.
Grogu's flashbacks, and there's another one that I can't think of. But there's so many different storylines in here that I think they need to answer all of them by the end of the season, so that
They're not.
season 4
We know that.
can be a clean slate. But they're not going to do that. At least
Yeah.
answer a few of them. Like,
It's going to be a shame because season 4 was meant to be the halfway point, and I think the show's going to be getting cut early, but we'll see.
I don't think so. I think numbers have to drastically drop, which
They
yes, they
have.
will, but
They
doesn't mean
have.
that they can't. Doesn't mean that they can't get it
Dude.
back up. And I think, but Ahsoka will revive it. As much as this will,
Dude, the Mandalorian
as much as
season...
this season will bump down Ahsoka's growth, like bump down how good Ahsoka will do, Ahsoka will bump season 4 back up. If that makes sense.
Dude, Mandalorian season 3 trailer got 7 million views. Andor got 10 million. Ahsoka's already at 11 million.
Yeah.
The Mandalorian's a dead thing. I'll tell you why. Because the Mandalorian, the majority of the Mandalorian fan base wasn't Star Wars fans. It was normal people who loved the Mandalorian, mainly because of Grogu. They're all confused that why it's such Grogu back. Grogu's barely got any significance in this season. It's too confusing for people. They've headed out. They've checked out. And it was a 2-year gap. When people have forgotten about the show after 2 years, regulars that have never seen a Star Wars movie and just watched the show, they've forgotten about the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
2-year gap, that's the biggest mistake they had. I understand the pandemic, but
I think Mando will
shouldn't have
turn
done the Book of Boba
into.
Fett. Shouldn't have done.
No,
Book of Boba
they
Fett.
should not have. They shouldn't have. But I think Mando is going to turn into the next Rebels, where you don't need to watch it. But like in 10 years' time, when we have the new movies, it's going to be like.
We'll cherish it. Well, I mean, I love season 1 and 2, dude. I love it. I'll always go back to rewatch those things. Season 3's just been. What the fuck? Yeah. Anyway, guys, we're gonna get on out of here. We'll see you guys in some future episodes. We need to do our Mario review. We'll get it out soon. I need
Once
to see
you've watched it.
Joseph saw it. I'll see it soon. Sometime this week. I got back to school, bro. We get the finale when I'm back at school. Frick's sake. I got schoolwork to do, dude. I got schoolwork over the holidays, guys. Like, what the frick? Yeah.
Couldn't imagine.
Anyway, guys, we'll catch with you later. Let us know what you thought of that episode. What are you thinking of the Mandalorian moving forward? All this drama going on, but hopefully Star Wars will get better. Ahsoka, I just gotta. Okay, I'm gonna go rewatch the Ahsoka trailer after I finish recording, just so I can set it out.
Of
and
course.
Be happy again.
For
anyway,
what,
guys,
the 35th time?
Oh, more than that, dude. I reckon I watched it. I reckon I watched it like 100 times on the night it came out. I reckon I watched it like 200. Like honestly, like realistically, I watched like 200 times. Anyway, guys, let us know what you thought of that episode. What do you rate out of 10? We give it a 9. Anyway, guys, we'll catch you all later. Bye now. Bye-bye.
Bye.